record this again because I've been trying to record this video at least 5 times already. So I'm gonna try to place y'all there. Move this out of the way so it's not in my face. Okay, so hi guys, I'm back and better than ever. So let me tell you where I have been. Let's start with that. Last time I recorded a video, I think it was around the same time last year. I'm almost certain that it was around the same time was my last video in 2019. Now, this is gonna be a very hard video because it's gonna be a very hard video. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna come on to it. So 2019 was possibly single-handedly the worst year of my life. I've had a lot of bad moments in my life. I have had a lot of bad years, but 2019 took the fucking cake. Excuse my language, Grandma. I am sorry if you are watching this. I love you. It was the worst year of my life. Without going into too much detail, I'm going to tell you why. But when I do so, I have to be very careful with my words. I have to be very careful with what I say because it just doesn't involve me. It involves people within my immediate family. So I'm not going to say a lot because I don't want to disrespect my family. I don't want to say nothing that they don't want me to say because this is internet. It is public for everyone to see. So I'm going to be very careful with what I say. My last video upload was in February, around the end of February. Beginning of March, again, I'm not going to say much. In the beginning of March, my family suffered a loss to a member of our immediate family. It was a very traumatic experience for all of us. And that's honestly probably the extent of what I'm going to say. I honestly don't want to say nothing because again, this just doesn't involve me. It involves everybody in my family. So let's just say, safe to say that 2019 started off as one of the worst years of my life. Losing a member of your family, there are no words for that. There are no anecdotes, no quotes, no nothing that is going to kind of sum up how it felt to lose a member of the family. Now, again, this is my video, so a lot of these that I'm telling you are going to be my experience with everything that happened to me in 2019. So we lost a family member. Fast forward to the weeks and months after with the loss, trying to put the pieces back together of our family, trying to pretend to be okay. It's not, I felt like it wasn't feasible for me. There's only few people that know this, and by few I mean my sister and my husband, because my family was already going through a lot and I didn't want to add more. I went into a very deep depression after we lost a family member. I was eating really, really horribly. Some people don't eat and some people eat. There's really no in between. It's either when you're going through something, there's something that they go to cope. Whether it's drugs, alcohol, sleeping, eating, not eating. It's either it's either side of the spectrum. It's there you do it to the max. So mine was eating. I ate a lot of my feelings. I went into a deep depression. I was eating, I was binging, I was doing everything I can to destroy my life, because I didn't know how to cope with the death. It was extremely difficult. and again, this is just my experience because I'm not speaking for my entire family. Their experiences are a lot different than mine. I cried every night. It was very difficult. I was not happy after that happened. And then to see my family hurting and knowing that I couldn't fix it, because I feel like I'm the fixer. You know, I fix things. I like to make sure that my family is happy. I like to make sure that everybody feels included. I like to make sure that everybody has everything that they need. And if they don't, what can I get you? How can I go out of my way to make sure that you are okay? I feel like that's how I am, you know? So knowing that I couldn't fix this was very difficult for me, on top of everything else. So I'm not going to go into how bad my depression got, because again, I'm just not ready to go to that place so publicly. But it got dark, and that's honestly the extent of what I'm going to say on that. So fast forward more months, me and my sister and my husband decided, why don't we all get a house together? You know, let's build up the morale a little bit. Let's try to make this better. A little bit better. So we moved into an apartment. We found a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath apartment. Because her daughters were my nieces were living with us as well, obviously. And everything was great. Me and my sister have a really great relationship. We don't really fight. I can count on one hand how many times we've had huge fights, like big fights. On one hand, I can count. Me and my sister don't really fight. We give each other space, and then after we've calmed down, we talk it through. Like normal, like adults, like you should, honestly. Hold on. So we moved in, everything seemed great, but then after we moved in, for me and my husband, I'm not speaking for my sister, because again, this is my channel and I don't speak for everybody. For me and my husband, things started to spiral, not in our relationship, but just on the home front. Things started to spiral for us. I'm going to be very honest on this channel. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to be dishonest. I'm going to only telling you my experiences on 2019. Me and my husband, things in our household started to spiral. We started to lose a lot of money. We were very broke. We were very poor. Yes, we were able to pay for a gorgeous apartment, but we were broke. I mean, we had no money. Our banks were negative. We owed both cars, 3 months worth of both cars. By the end of everything was said and done, and we were just in the hole. I didn't know how we were going to make it out of it. I cried a lot because of this. I got frustrated. I ate because of this. So it got very difficult, you know, but such is life. That is life. Life is going to hand you difficulties, but it's how you handle them that counts. I didn't handle my difficulties well. So about November, end of November, my sister broke her foot, and so she was not able to work. So we had decided, me and my husband decided to break the lease. Granted, it was a mutual decision between all parties. So it just wasn't we were skipping out. My sister has to pay for it on her own. No. We all decided mutually that it's better if we just go our separate ways, because we were just so broke and didn't have nothing. So we did. We parted ways. We did everything the correct way with the apartment as far as legalities go. We did everything we could to make sure that no one was affected financially by this. I mean, granted, we still owe the apartment, but we are making payments toward rectifying that decision. So we moved in back with my in-laws. Thank God they took us back. They are amazing people. They are giving people. So we moved back in with them. We're good. Okay. Let me tell you why 2019 was a roller coaster. Because going through the death of a family member, then going from moving into an apartment, going broke, being behind on bills, everything in between that happens with life as far as work goes, families go. And then come December 24th, I see my dad. And my dad doesn't look good. He looks a little sick. And I look at him and I tell him, like, Dad, are you okay? Like, you don't look really good. And he's like, nah, girl, I'm good, girl. If you know my dad, you know he jokes around a lot. So I'm like, okay. Little backstory about my dad. He has congestive heart failure. So he needs to be very careful with the weight that he puts on and the amount of salt that he puts in his body. Because too much fluid, it's bad for him. Blah, 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 blah. So December 27th, mine and my husband's 5th year anniversary. My dad calls me and he's like, Mija, I have to go to the emergency room. I'm like, why? What's wrong? And he's like, well, I'm just having trouble breathing. It's probably just, I'm probably sick or something, or it's just something. I just can't breathe. I said, okay, Dad, well, that's fine. Keep me updated so I know. He's like, don't worry, girl, I will. I said, okay. Well, Friday night, my grandma calls me and she's like, Carolina. And that's how she calls my name. She says, your dad has to stay in the hospital because he has too much fluid and the doctors are trying, and they have to keep him overnight for observation. I said, okay. I'm still kind of a little weary. Okay. Fast forward to Sunday. Sunday, my grandma calls me. They basically, without going into too much detail, basically my dad went from bad to a worse. And he went worse to the point to where he had to get intubated. He had to get put on a paralytic. He had to get put on major sedation. With everything that I went through 2019, this is the one thing that really broke me, and like it literally broke me down. And I remember the moment that I heard that my dad had to be intubated and that it was very serious and that he was on a paralytic. He was very sedated. He could not wake up. I remember the moment that I heard that the nurses went in and they couldn't wake him up. He wasn't responding, so they had to intubate him because he wasn't breathing. I remember hearing that, and I got off the phone and my knees literally hit the floor. And I just bawled my eyes out. I cried the most gut-wrenching cry I have ever, one of the most gut-wrenching cries that I've cried since the beginning of the month in March when I did my first one. Because if you don't know this, me and my brother, our dad is our only parent. He has been there from the very beginning. Me and my brother have grown up with my dad. He has been a very integral part of our raising and our lives, and he's all we have. So to almost lose him was something that I can't even fathom. So me and my brother I'm trying to go as much as I can without saying too much. Me and my brother, decisions had to be made. My dad had to be flown to Houston for this life-saving procedure, and fast forward, and of course this is how 2019 would end, just like this. As if 2019 wasn't already the crappiest year of my life, let's go ahead and add that on top of, like, a cherry on top of a shitty fucking year. Sorry again, Grandma, that I'm cussing. We almost lost my dad. He went into cardiac arrest twice. We almost lost my dad. And I say almost because my dad is alive. He is still in the hospital. He is recovering. He is well. It is going to be a long road to recovery, but he is alive. 2019 has been the worst year. That's why 2019 I went completely MIA. Okay? I'm gonna grab my food because I'm hungry, and yes, I'm eating junk because this is my life. 2019 was the worst year. That's why I did not upload all of 2019, because I had to deal with my life. So that was my 2019, guys. It sucked. So my dad is good. He's healthy. My family is good. We're happy that he's healthy. It shook us again. We thought we were going to lose him. We really did. We honestly thought we were going to lose my dad. I did, at least. But I don't know how 2020 is going to go, and I'm not going to sit here and make promises that I cannot keep. I have a lot of things going on. I got a lot of things going on. I'm trying to get my eating back. I'm trying to get my healthy back. My healthy life back. I'm trying to grab onto the things that I know the most back. But it's hard. It's hard after the year that I've had, and then that bad year seeping into 2020 with my dad still being in the hospital. It was a horrible, horrendous year, and I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I honestly don't know. I don't know how to come back. I don't, and I'm being very honest with you guys. I don't know how to come back from that. I don't know how to bounce back to healthy eating. I don't know how to bounce back to going into the gym. I just don't have the motivation. I don't. I'm very scared. I walk through life frightened because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose somebody again. And it scares me. So my health is honestly the last thing on my mind. Why would I think about that when I have to worry about my family every single day? Because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose one of them. And God forbid if I do, it is going to break us. And then after that, we will never be the same. I know death is a part of life. It is a part of life. We will all experience it one way or another. And you don't think it'll hit you. You don't think it comes to your family until it does. And then you're like, it's like your world stops, but everybody else's keeps moving. Why are you moving? Did you not feel the ground shake? Did you not feel that? Why is everybody moving? You're completely stand still in your life, and something like this happens, and you're completely stuck, like your feet are cemented to the ground and you can't move. And everybody else around you is going on about their lives and smiling and happy and great. They should be that, of course. But why are you not grieving? Why? What is going on? And you honestly don't know. So I'm trying to get back to my healthy. I'm trying to get back to my way of life that I know. But man, to grab onto that is so hard. To grasp onto that motivation, I cannot find it for the life of me. I'm trying to, but I can't. I am at as far as I know, I'm at 318 right now, 318 pounds. I need to lose weight. It is very unhealthy for me to be this big. We all know this. It's not a surprise. But I just can't. And I'm trying so hard to do it. But I can't. I can't. Because at the forefront of my brain, where my health should be, like you should be thinking about yourself and your health, it's not there. It's not. At the forefront of my brain is my family. How are my grandparents? How are my aunts and uncles? How are my cousins? Are they okay? Is everybody okay? Okay, has everybody posted? I've seen her post. Okay, she's good. We have a family chat. Is everybody okay? Everybody good? Okay, great. It's a constant thing, because you're constantly thinking about when you lose somebody and you almost lose somebody. It's a constant thing that runs through your head. Are you okay? Is everybody okay? Is everybody accounted for? And that is honestly what goes through my mind every day. Every day of every moment of every single second. Is my family okay? And that is honestly, and I'm not going to cry on here, that is honestly what goes through my mind every day. Is my family okay? Losing a member of your family and then almost losing your dad in the same year. I don't know if I'm just being weak or what, but damn, dude, damn it. That hurt. That 2019 broke me down. It broke me down to my knees, to where I was questioning everything. I was questioning my faith. I was questioning my belief. I started, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be very honest on here, and some people are not going to like it. I questioned God. Oh man, did I question God when all this went down. I questioned God the most. I questioned him. I got mad at him. I completely lost my faith when all this shit happened. I got so mad at God. How dare you? How could you do this to us? My family is a family of immense faith. We have not only faith in each other, but we have the utmost faith in God. But, and I say but for myself, not for my family, but for myself. But for me, when that happened, I'm not gonna lie, I turned my back on God. I did. I was so angry. How dare you put my family through this? How dare you let this happen? Not only once, but twice. Almost twice. And I couldn't understand why this was my life. I couldn't understand what I did wrong, you know. And I blamed myself, and I blamed God, and I turned my back on him. I did. I'm gaining my faith back every day, little by little. It's not something that I can just flip a switch. I lost my faith completely in God. Completely 1000%. And I'm gaining it back every day. Little by little, I get a little piece of faith back. Little by little, a little piece of the puzzle back. And that was my life in 2019. So it's safe to say that my health was not at the forefront of my brain. It was not nowhere near the forefront of my brain. It was the furthest, not even in this vicinity at all. And now that everything is said and done, now that my family is healing from the loss, every day, slowly by slowly, we heal. Now that my dad is good and he's great and he's recovering, yes, he's still in the hospital. Yes, he has to learn how to walk again, but he's doing so good. Every day he takes a little piece of himself back. And everything's good. So now when I should start focusing on my health, I can't. How do I get back to the girl I was 4 years ago when I was at my lowest, 249? How do I get back to that? How? So if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I am 33 years old. I have a very busy life. I don't have kids, but my life is still pretty busy. You know, it's busy. It is busy, okay? Between work and home and taking care of my dad's logistics and everything, making sure he's okay, I have a busy life. It's exhausting sometimes. And I don't know how to get back to her. I don't know how to get her back. I'm trying to get her back, the person that I was before, when I had so much motivation, so much determination, so much willpower. How do I get her back? How? So this is a new series on my channel. How to get her back. That's what it's called. How to get her back. And it's going to be about getting myself back, my old self, finding her through the darkest parts of the woods where I left her, running through them and trying to find her, and merging with her and becoming whole again. Because it's about time that I start taking care of myself. Because if I can't, being fat, and I'm going to say the word fat because I don't know, people don't like it, but I really don't care what you think. Being fat is the worst thing that I've done to myself. It really is. Being fat and being overweight is possibly the single most worst thing that I've ever done to myself. I hate being fat. I hate being overweight. It is not healthy. It is not comfortable. It ain't cute. I don't care what anybody says. It's not. It's not. I have trouble breathing. I now have asthma. I have 2 inhalers. Like, you know, and that's because of my obesity. I'm morbidly obese according to the charts. I am morbidly obese. Every day that I've gained weight or I stay this weight, my health dwindles a little bit, goes down a little bit more and a little bit more. What kind of person would I be if I died young and I put my family through that again? And I put everybody that I love through that again. So I have to find her. I have to get her back. So every day we'll take a piece back. I'm at McDonald's, yes. I know I'm at McDonald's, but I'm having a very hard day today emotionally. I know that's not an excuse. You can only use that as an excuse for so long. So I'm going to be on here every day. Not every day. Updating y'all. Doing weight check-ins. And trying to figure out how to find her again. Let's find Carolyn again. Let's all do it together. Thank you guys for checking out my channel. Again, I'm sorry that I've been MIA. But as you can tell, it's been quite a busy year. Last year. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. If anybody in my family is watching this, I love you all with every fiber of my being. Every single one of y'all hold a special place in my heart. But we got to get back to taking care of us now. So, let's do it. We got this. One day at a time. Bye, guys.